Nakakalungkot. Okay. Bakit may ibigitid tayo, Pinky, to be this is necessary. Kailangan itong nangyayari sa atin. Ngunit, itong corruption, hindi po mawala yan kung hindi natin reform, lagyan ng reforma ang ating mga institutions of democracy, of accountability. Ito lang natin. Noong panahon ni Gloria, nagkaroon po ng ZTE bill.
And BNZTE.
Sino nakulong? Yung whistleblower, si Jun Lozada.
Right.
Noong panahon ni sumunod kay Gloria, si Napoles. Si Napoles ay nakulong dahil hindi dahil sa corruption, kung hindi dahil yung pag-kidnap niya sa kanyang pamangkin. Noong Farmani, may nakulong ba? Wala. Ngayon, ang ibig kong sabihin, we must have reforms in our institutions of accountability. Sa akin lang ha, wala akong takot ang tao ngayon. Kaya po, ganun kalaki ang nilalakaw nito politiko.
Pero bakit po walang takot? Wala na.
Walang takot. Ganda yung tanong mo, bakit walang takot? Dahil po,
dahil wala nakukulong.
Wala nakukulong. Our rule of law is not effective. Alam niyo, Pinky, the role of law is to place fear of punishment. Kung hindi ka naman takot na mapaparusahan ka, sige ito lang sige. Pero malakat at tingnan mo ating kasaysayan, wala akong nakukulong. So, farmer ang laki nung ano pa niya doon, inibestiga naman sa Senado, wala nakukulong. Our institutions of accountability are not working.
Just a quick question on that, because you started, Senator, with kailangan ng reforma sa institusyon.
Yes.
Anong kailangan natin i-reform sa institusyon para matakot po ang mga tao, para hindi na sila maging corrupt o hindi maging sobrang corrupt?
The institution can only be as effective as the people running it. Kung maayos ang ating proseso sa pagpili ng namumuno dyan sa mga institusyon yan, siguro that's the first step.
So elections, would that be correct?
Election.
Electing the right people.
So, malaking trabaho, hindi po pwedeng overnight ito. So, it must be consistent and reform-oriented remedies.
If I were to ask you, sir, from the time of the late President Corazon Aquino till now, what seemed to be the problem? Why did we get here?
Yan ang sinabi ko. Walang takot din. The failure of the rule of law. Ang walang deterrent eh. Ang batas para po matakot kayo. Because you govern the conduct of people. At kung hindi sang-ayon sa batas, makukulong ka. Ito, hindi mo lang nakukulong.
Or Senator, would it also be yung ulo? The person who is leading us, the President?
Yes. Kasama yan.
Kasi sabihin po natin, Pinoy, walang kurap, walang mahirap. I mean, one of the reasons, if we look back, kaya po nanalo si dating Pangulong Noynoy Aquino dahil sa kanyang slogan na
walang kurap,
walang mahirap, hindi ko ba? So, minsan ang tanong din ng tao, parang pumikit ka, pagising mo, bigla na lang napunta tayo sa ganitong klaseng sitwasyon.
Yun na nga, kung sa aking tingin na, of course, marami iba-ibang opinion sa akin. Sa aking tingin, ang kawalan ng saysay ang ating batas. Kung walang sumusunod, wala naman ng paparusahan, kung di sumusunod. Ngayon, Pinky, dahil development, aba si Liz kaya gagawin na ng state witness.
Let's talk about that. Dati po kayong DOJ Secretary, hindi mo ba?
Ako nag-implement ng witness protection program. Si Eileen Sarmenta. Can you imagine? It makes me boil to see that this guy is...
I want to backtrack a little bit. So during the Senate hearing, na ang chairman nun was Senator Marcoleta, naglabas po ng statement, di po ba, yung si Diskaya, yung mag-asawa, affidavit, di ba, in-enumerate nila. Tapos that was the time that Senator Marcoleta parang referred, would be the right word, I guess, them to the witness protection program. That obviously that is still under the advice or the approval of the Senate President, but final approval will be the DOJ. Yung pa lang doon po tayo pumunta dahil doon ang umpisa. What were your thoughts about that?
My thoughts is that dapat po hindi hindi gawing state witness yan. Dahil lang yung state witness may qualifications, dapat you are not the most guilty. Dapat yung testimony mo kailangan para makonvict yung akusado. Dito si Vizcaya appears to be the most guilty. At kaya ako'y nalulungkot. Kasi ang epekto niyan, pag ginawa mo siyang state witness, hindi siya masasampahan ng kaso. Kaya,
immune siya.
Ha?
Immune.
Libre siya. O, ngayon, kaya aking pakiusap kay Secretary Nuria, siguro, pabayaan mo na sa husgado yan kung siya maging state witness. Kasi ang husgado naman ang sabi kung pwede siya state witness o hindi.
Isn't it also going to be the call of the DOJ Secretary?
The call of the DOJ Secretary is to admit him to the witness protection program.
Okay.
Pero kung gagawing state witness, sampahan ng kaso, at hayaan mo ang husgado. Kailangan sampahan siya ng kaso at saka hindi talaga po pwede yung siniskaya.
Why do you think they are the most guilty? And not the politicians?
Okay. So,
whoever politicians they have named during that Senate Blue Ribbon Committee under then
I am just saying, hayaan mo husgado mag-determine kung sila ba ay most guilty. Sa akin tingin, hindi siya least guilty. Siya ang mismo ang nagsasabi na inaayos nila yung bidding. So, to me, I hope si Secretary Mulyo po, magaling na tao yan, siguro naman hindi niya papayagan na maging pumasok sa witness protection program at maging state witness itong si Vizcaya.
So doon pa lang po, to be clear, Senator, to include them in the witness protection program is something you're against?
Of course, it is an insult to the people.
Doon po sa characters, the individuals rather, that you've seen so far in the House and the Senate investigations, who do you think, kasi sabi nila mali daw yung tinatawag na to be included in the WPP or to be state witness, you have to be hindi daw least guilty not the most guilty. Well, I actually don't understand the difference, but they always correct people when they say that. Who do you think is most qualified to be a state witness?
I don't know. I'm not prepared to give that answer there because talagang kailangan ito, tingnan mo lang gusto ko ng ebidensya. But on the basis of what we have seen, in my view, Vizcaya is disqualified.
Plain and simple for you.
Plain and simple. Yung talagang, kung kita mo yung magnitude ng ginawa nila at sila nagsasabi kung paano nangyari dito So how can he be the least guilty?
What about the changes in both houses of Congress? What are your reactions? Let's start with the Senate rather, from Senate President Chis Escudero to Senate President Tito Soto.
It's at this stage, it's the tail wagging the dog. Kasi I think it's unfortunate thing. In my view, the situation is the result of a lack of political party system in mature jurisdictions. Yung mga politiko hindi nagpapalit ng kanilang partido at saka there's a clear political party system. Dito sa atin wala Diyan po sa Senado, 24 ang partido So, before martial law, during the time of the Socialista and Liberal, merong clear delineation. Kaya ang kausap ng Pangulo ng Senado, yung partido niya. Dito ang kausap ko kailangan may 13 Kaya it is a very unstable situation. And it's quite unfortunate. Because, uulitin ko lang, ang nagbibigay ng direksyon, yung mga majority, hindi yung Pangulo ng Senado. Kasi his stay in the Senate is dependent on the
In fact, they're saying the Senate President Tito Soto's assumption or appointment to the Senate President is still not very stable.
Of course, it's 9:15. So you add 4 to the 9, it makes 13 on the other side.
And he's out.
Now, on the 15 on the side of Soto, one of them is Pia Cayetano.
Yeah.
How can you have a majority with Pia and a minority in
with Alan
Alan
Peter
and
Cayetano.
have so doon pa lang makikita mo na that it is unstable because anytime the four senators changing affiliation would result in a change in leadership.
Immediately. What about in the House? What's your reaction to that? Do you feel some say it's a cosmetic change?
Yeah.
Some say same thing.
In my experience, Pinky, and here is why I didn't agree with my good friend Lito. The president controls the House of Representatives, including the leadership. You think Moon Jae-in will become speaker without the bus of supports that? So, because they are more...
But they're normally, sir, they're normally appointed by the, di ba, I mean, known to be tao talaga, or, di ba, ano ng pamulo yun?
Yes,
di ba?
yes, yes.
I mean, let's call a spade a
Opo,
spade.
opo. That is why I did not agree with Lito that that Congress controls the president. It's the other way around. The president controls the House of Representatives particularly. Kasi Senado, hindi po masyado. Pero sa House, it is very obvious.
But the recent directive of the Speaker, Boji D, to cancel the travel authority of Congressman Zaldico and to ask him to come back within 10 days upon receipt of the revocation of the travel authority. Was that a good move?
That's a good start. He should come back. The budget that he crafted as chairman of the Committee on Appropriations to me is the most corrupt budget in the history of this country.
You say that too.
Yes, yes, I agree with that because after looking at it, nagbubulat ka kung paano nangyari ito eh.
Ano po yung pinaka-nagulat-gulat sa inyo dun sa budget?
The magnitude of the insertions done. And number two, lumalabas ngayon the control of the disbursement through the district engineers. Can you imagine a guy who knows so billions of pesos and with the corrupt bureaucracy that there is, so you see that this happens.
I think it's important you said that and highlighted that umabot sa district engineer yung ganitong kalaki na pera na posible, because hindi pa naman talaga napapatunayan, na posibleng root of so much greed and corruption. Bakit umabot talaga doon sa district engineer, sir?
Because ang district engineer, appointee yan ng members of Congress.
Okay, so kayo na po yung pangalawa na nagsabi. Nag-confirm yan. Okay.
Hindi po pwedeng manatili ang district engineer sa isang congressional district kung walang basbas ang congressman.
Kung hindi ka gusto ni congressman, tanggal ka?
Tanggal ka.
Okay. Kailangan gusto ka ni congressman.
Yes, that's a reality. They may not like what I said, but yun po ang nangyayari in the field.
And so, with what happened, sir, the president always said, when asked, hindi naman always, a couple of times, he said, this would not have happened had I not, hindi naman po these words, called it out during my State of the Nation address. When he said, this corruption, this web of corruption may have happened or has been happening during the Marcos administration, could have been happening during the Duterte administration, could be happening even before that. But without President Bongbong Marcos calling it out, there would be no investigation. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. When the president said mahiya naman kayo, in fact, the rumor mill says that he called one congressman and said, moderate your greed. So, in other words, but the question is, how did we get to this point?
Yeah.
Bakit naman ganun dambuhalang corruption?
Kaya ngayon po yung una kong tanong sa inyo, why did we get here? Hindi mo ba? Kaya nga sabi ko,
As I responded to you, walang takot eh. Hindi takot yung mga kurakot. Hindi takot na makulong. Kasi our system, the judicial system is not functioning as it should. You know, you compare ourselves to other jurisdictions. Why are they effective? It's because of fear of punishment. Dito sa atin, walang takot na makukulong sila. Eh, kung may takot pa, yung bang nakikita natin sa Bulacan, ganun kagarapan ang ginagawa nila. So, you know, it's because impunity. Like, they look back and say, wala naman nakukulong dito eh. So, gagawin nila.
Kaya kayang casino to lose so much money, almost 950 million in losses according to Senator Pinglason. It's unbelievable. It's indescribable.
And I have never seen ganun multitudes of corruption that I see today.
What should be done?
Well, there is no single solution. It must be, you know, a deliberate effort to reform our system. I maintain the theory that that's a sistema pwede sa tao. Halimbawa, ito lang. Para mali. Imbestiga na kami ng imbestiga. Ipinasa namin sa ombudsman. Ipinasa COA. Ano nangyari? Wala. Those are the signals that the people get that gawin mo ba yung kalokohan, eh hindi ka makukulong.
Then let's go back to, let's backtrack a little bit with what you just said. The ombudsman is appointed by the president.
That's correct, from a list of nominees.
Coming from the Judicial and Bar Council, hindi ho ba? But at the end of the day, I mean, there's even talk sometimes that natanggal sa Judicial and Bar Council ng isang nominee, tapos hindi natuwa ang, you know, anyway, that's just all speculation. But balikan po natin yan, appointed po yan ng Pangulo. So let's say, for example, the Farmally issue. The ombudsman back then was Samuel Martirez, di ba? Former justice of the Supreme Court. So, how do you protect or honor investigations done by the House or the Senate that may have parang politicians that may be complicit or guilty when an ombudsman is appointed by the president who may not want to pursue a case? Ganun na lang po.
Well, wala akong sagot dyan. Dahil lang sa you're saying that talagang ang ombudsman ang hindi gumalaw. You know, as I said, this is part of the problem.